Thank you for this great, amazing day. It's an honor for me to be here amongst everyone who is passionate towards really making that change and speaking up about the change that needs to happen. We're going to get started with one of my songs. But beforehand, I'd like to really dedicate these pieces of music in this time, in this space, to the lives that have been lost. Um, Due to the fact that type 1 diabetics have rationed their insulin, and that we're here to say no mas, no more. Uh, People need to wake up. It's not just in our country, it's internationally. We need to unify our voices, unify our resistances, for equity in all the injustices that are happening amongst the same umbrella. With that, RIP to Alex Smith, and so much thanks to the family, the Smith Holden family, for Holt family, for fighting for our voices here in Minnesota. All of the families in Minnesota, but knowing that the work doesn't stop here in Minnesota, and that we hope that all the states will push forward in getting this Insulin Affordability Act passed. We're here. We got your back. We're the David and the Goliath. If we can do it, so can you. This first song is called By My Side, and I wrote it in this pandemic with my daughter by my side. And I fight living with this illness for so long. I fight even more to have her by my side, and I'm here to be by her side amongst all of this. So really think about it while we're in our squares in a pandemic in this crazy world, that focus on what matters most. And that's love, that's life, that's passion, and that's your health. With that, let's kick it off with By My Side. Oh, oh, don't let the cloudy days cover up your life. You give the world shine so bright, brighter than the stars up in the sky. I just wanna do whatever's gonna make you smile, 'cause it can't go on forever. I promise we can make it better. As long as we're together, it'll be okay. It'll be alright. It'll be okay. Let's make it through the day. I don't wanna see you cry. I just wanna hold you tight. It'll be okay. It'll be alright. I just wanna live my best life with you by my side. You by my side. You by my side. When the goals seem too far away to reach, fighting for, baby, believe. You're awake right now, living the stream. I don't wanna lose your trust in me, 'cause it can't go on forever. Promise we can make it better. As long as we're together, it'll be okay. It'll be alright. It'll be okay. Let's make it through the day. I don't wanna see you cry. I just wanna hold you tight. It'll be okay. It'll be alright. I just wanna live my best life with you by my side. You by my side. You by my side. Yeah. You by my side. Thank you. Yay, I see spirit fingers and hand claps in the Zoom. So much love, so much love. Like Eli introduced, I've had type 1 diabetes For 17 years, I was 16-year-old, junior year, impacted with the news that I was diagnosed with this. Thankfully, caught it before I was in a severe coma, but it was told right and first and foremost that this is something we have to deal with for the rest of our lives, and that it takes us to manage with this uh, little vial of insulin right here. And I remember how much the vial cost when I was 16. And I've seen and I have been there in a point in my life, being that college student off of your parents' insurance, really struggling, fighting to survive. And doing anything by any means necessary. And I recall when I went to Cuba back in 2016, invited to the country of Cuba to share my music and collaborate with other artists. I had a vial that was left out in the heat, and I was panicking. I had an extra one, but I was panicking that caught a little bit too much heat in my freezer pack. And something that was so scary and me crying, the Cuban people looked, and there happened to be doctors to say, "What is wrong?" And I said, I can't afford to get anymore. And they were in shock, and they said, "No, no, 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 you have a prescription, and we will get you, and that's okay." And I said, "How much?" And they're like, "Nothing." And I couldn't believe that. And that's the reality of healthcare. And that's the reality of why I'm fighting for social healthcare, because reality is that people didn't ask for money. They gave me what was needed for me to stay alive. And I was just applauding that and just so happy. And it's a story that I shared with policymakers here when we were fighting in legislation, sharing that story that my life valued, no matter what my citizenship was, no matter where I was in the world, it valued that here's the medicine for it, and this is what will help you stay alive. And there was no price tag to it. So I only dream about that. And amongst this pandemic, it's really brought us a lot closer together to recognize what we have to keep fighting and how to utilize technology and not letting that world shut down. That we have to keep being an advocate for those voices who may not be eager to speak or don't know how, but if we do, and we utilize our platforms as doctors or rappers and singers and musicians, families and advocates of our family members or children, do what it takes, because you're saving lives 1 minute at a time. This song that I'm going to do is in Spanish, and I dedicate it to the Cubanos and all of the Boricuas and all the Latinx folks that specifically battle with this. But just know I'm with you. Voy contigo. And the song was written amongst the pandemic too, because my concert, my tour to Latin America was canceled, which was connecting me with a lot of type 1 Latinos around Latin America. And although it was canceled, we're still able to utilize the medicine of what music is to me. Music has kept me alive, has kept me going in those days where even if I did have insulin, the stress and the impact of the mental challenges is real just as much as the physical. And music is my outlet. And this is what has kept me going and provides for me just as much as my insulin. So with that, I may not be able to touch those Latin American countries, but I physically in this tour because of this pandemic, but I'm here with you virtually. And this song is called Voy Contigo. And I'm going to close this piece with that. Gracias. Le, 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 le. Le, 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 le. Feel free to clap at home or dance. Rumba para bailar, rumba para gozar, rumba para bailar, rumba para gozar. Me enamoré la primera vez que te conocí. Amorcito, cómo me haces sentir que en esta vida se tiene que vivir feliz. Y eso sin ti no hay No, eso sin ti no hay. Yo me voy contigo, porque nada más me importa cuando estoy contigo. No, calentamos la noche, candela, me voy contigo. Pa' otro mundo en la luna llena contigo. Me voy contigo, sí, contigo, sí, contigo. Voy contigo para Cuba, voy contigo para Santo Domingo, voy contigo para Panamá, voy contigo para México lindo, voy contigo para Honduras, voy contigo para Guatemala, voy contigo para Argentina, voy contigo para Costa Rica, voy contigo para Venezuela, voy contigo para El Salvador, voy contigo para Colombia, Perú, Chile y Ecuador. Voy contigo para Paraguay, Bolivia, voy contigo para Uruguay, voy contigo a mi Borinquen, en Puerto Rico, el mundo entero. Yo me voy, yo me voy, yo me voy, porque nada más me importa, no. Yo me voy contigo, la luna llena contigo. Me voy contigo, sí, contigo, sí, contigo. Hasta el mundo, la luna llena contigo. Me voy contigo, sí, contigo, sí, contigo. Gracias. Peace, love, thank you. Type 1 International. Adelante. Gracias.